In this question 5c, we want to integrate this fraction 7 plus 4x minus 2x squared over x plus 2x squared plus 1. And for this sort of question, we need to do partial fractions. There are two factors in the denominator, x plus 2 and x squared plus 1. So for the x plus 2 term, you need an a term on top. And x squared plus 1 is a quadratic factor. For quadratic factor, the partial fraction rule says that you need to have bx plus c in the numerator. And after that, you can combine them as back to a single fraction to solve for a, b, and c. So if you combine back as a single fraction, it should be a bracket x plus 1, x squared plus 1, and plus bx plus c. And then x plus 2 over x plus 2 x squared plus 1. So if you combine that as a single fraction, you just try to have common denominator, and this is what you get, a bracket x squared plus 1 plus bx plus c x plus 2. You can expand this up and write it in this way, a plus b, you correct out the x squared term, it will be a plus b whole thing x squared, then 2b plus c times x plus a plus 2c. And then you can equate the coefficient of x squared. If you equate the coefficient x squared, you get a plus b, you get a plus b is minus 2. Minus 2 is a plus b. Then if you equate the x term, 2b plus c will be 4. So that's how you get 2b plus c is 4. Equate the constant term, you get 7. So 7 is equal to, this will be equal sign. So 7 is equal to a plus 2c. Then after that, you just solve simultaneous equation. You get a is minus 9 over 5, b is minus 1/5, c is 22 over 5. So after that, you can say the given fraction is actually minus 9 over 5, because a is minus 9 over 5. So it's minus 9 over 5 times 1 over x plus 2. And b is minus 1/5. So it's actually minus 1/5 x, and plus c, which is 22 over 5, and over x squared plus 1. You can split this into two fractions. And if you split it this way, the x term, you make it one fraction. So it's x over x squared plus 1 with a minus 1/5 in front. And then the other term will be 22 over 5. The other term will be 22 over 5, then 1 over x squared plus 1. So we get these three fractions. And after that, you try to integrate x over x squared plus 1. To integrate x over x squared plus 1, you need to do a substitution. You can check that if you differentiate x squared, you get 2x, right? So which means you should let u be x squared plus 1. If you let u be x squared plus 1, then du dx will be just 2x. So which means the same as du is half du is x dx. It's actually du is 2x dx. Du is 2x dx. So we can divide by 2, right? You can divide by 2 to give you half du is x dx. So when it means x dx, you replace it by half du. Then what you left is x squared plus 1 in the denominator, which will give you 1 over u. And then you know that integrate 1 over x dx give you ln magnitude x. Right? So integrate 1 over u will give you ln magnitude u plus c. Then u just put back as x squared plus 1. So we just half ln x squared plus 1, then plus c. Yeah? As for the other two terms, you have a standard formula. Integrate 1 over x plus 2 will give you ln magnitude x plus 2. Then integrate 1 over x squared plus 1, you have a standard formula. Integrate 1 over x squared plus 1, you can apply the formula 14. Formula 14. Integrate 1 over 1 plus x squared dx is 1 over 1 tangent inverse x over 1. So it's just tangent inverse x. You just need to observe 1 is actually 1 square. So it means a is 1. So you apply formula 14 with a equal to 1. B is actually 0. So a is 1, b is actually 0 because it's just x squared. So it's just tangent inverse x. So that's why this part will give you tangent inverse x. So the final answer will be minus 9/5 ln magnitude x plus 2 minus 1 over 10 ln x squared plus 1 plus 22 over 5 tangent inverse x plus c. Let me say something about the solving part of partial fraction part. For the partial fraction part, to solve for a, b, and c, right? First, you must know to write this into partial fraction. For each factor, you must create a simple fraction. For linear factor, you just constant a over x plus 2. For quadratic factor, you need bx plus c. Then just now what we did was to combine these two fractions back to a single fraction. And then you compare the numerator. And you have to expand this out to put all the x squared terms together. Put all the x squared terms together, x term together, constant term together. And then you compare x squared term, you get this equation. Compare x term, you get this equation. Compare constant term, you get this equation. There's another way to solve for a, b, and c without comparing coefficients. You can also sum numbers to solve for a, b, and c. I will show you how to do that. After you combine the two fractions back to a single fraction, this is what you can do. Instead of comparing coefficients, you can say the numerator must be the same. Right? So you can say the numerator must be same as 7 plus 4x minus 2x squared. So just say the numerator are equal. And with that, right, you can actually sub numbers in to solve for a, b, and c. So you have to choose appropriate numbers. And the first number you can choose is you can choose x to be minus 2. The reason is because if you choose x to be minus 2, so you sub x as minus 2 to every x term here, then you will find that x plus 2 will be 0. If you sub x as minus 2, then it's same as x plus 2 is 0, right? Then this part will disappear. This part will give you 0 because this term is 0 because x plus 2 is 0. So this part will become 0. So you just need to focus on this part. Focus on the a term. So it will be a bracket minus 2 square. The sub x is minus 2. Minus 2 square gives you 4. So it's 4 plus 1 equal to, you sub all the x as 2, as minus 2. So here you sub as minus 2. So if you sub as minus 2, then here it should be 7 plus 4 times minus 2. Then minus 2 square. So with that, you'll find that on the left side you have 5a. On the left side you have 5a. On the right side it will be 7 plus 4 times minus 2 times plus minus 2 times minus 2 square. So it means this is what you should do. Let me show you the working using blank slides. So this is what you have. So first you observe that if you sub x as minus 2, if you sub x as minus 2, then this part will be 0. So then you just put x as minus 2. So it will be a bracket minus 2 square plus 1 plus, and this part you know is 0, so don't need to write because x plus 2 becomes 0. So equal to 7 plus 4 bracket minus 2 bracket minus 2 square. Then this will give you 4, right? So it will give you 5a equal to 7, and then 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, then minus 2 square 4 is 8, so you give you 7 minus 8 minus 8, so it gives you minus 9, so a will be minus 9 over 5, so a is minus 9 over 5. You can check, the same as the answer you have here, minus 9 over 5. After that, you need to solve for b and c. After solving for a, you need to solve for b and c. And the next number you can choose, it should be, so what number will you choose? The first number you should choose is minus 2 because in the equation there are 3 unknowns, a, b, and c. There are 3 unknowns, a, b, and c. So by choosing x to be minus 2, b and c will disappear because x plus 2 is 0. So the next number you should choose to be x equal to 0. Because if you choose x to be 0, b will disappear. So the next number you can choose is you choose x to be 0. So you sub x as 0. So it should be a bracket 0 square plus 1 plus b times 0 and plus c. And 0 plus 2 is 7 minus the sub 0. So for x will be 0, 2x squared will be 0. So with that, we just a, right? 0 squared is 0. So a is actually minus 9 over 5. And plus b is 0. So it's just c. So here is just c times 2. Minus 9 over 5 plus 2c is 7. So with that 2c will be 7 plus 9 over 5. So you can work this out, right? To give you 44 over 5. So c will be 22 over 5. So again, you can check your answer. C is 22 over 5. Is correct. So after that, what number to choose? You have found A, right? You have found A, you have found C. You need to find B. And to find B, you just choose a small number will do. There's no convenient number to choose to get rid of. Anyway, you left with just one unknown. So the most convenient number to choose will be 1. And 1 is easy to compute. So the next thing you can do is you can choose x to be 1. So you just choose x to be 1. So you choose x to be 1. Then it will be a bracket 1 square plus 1. Then plus b plus c. Then 1 plus 2. You just sub x as 1. So it's 7 plus 4 minus 2. So 1 square plus 1 is 2. So it's 2a. A is minus 9 over 5 plus d, which is what you want to find. So plus d plus 22 over 5 and times 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 7 plus 4 11 minus 2 is 9. And after that, you try to solve for b. So you can say 3 bracket b plus 22 over 5 is 18/5. And then we can actually divide by 3. You can cancel 3, divided by 3 is 3, divided by 3 is 6. So with that, you get 21/5, and b plus 22/5 equal to 21/5. So b will be 21/5 minus 22/5, which is minus 1/5. And we can check if it's correct. B is minus 1/5. So this is another way to do. You just need to sub suitable value of x as minus 2, x as 0, x as 1. So we just compare the numerator. You can say, a bracket x squared plus 1 plus bx plus cx plus 2 must be 7 plus 4x minus 2x. And then you just sub numbers. You choose certain number, x is minus 2, x is 0, x is 1. You still can also find a, b, and c. Yeah? So you can use either way. You can equate the coefficient and then solve simultaneous equation, or you can sub suitable number to x and solve for a, b, and c. Either way, you'll get the same answer. And then you do the integration to find the answer, to find this final answer.